What's up, beauties? Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Teaya Symone, and over on this channel right here we do commentary and sometimes makeup, and every Thursday we do true crime. So I wanted to come on here because I was supposed to do a live about this probably like a few days ago when it first happened, but I wasn't able to. So I wanted to give you guys a couple of updates on the cases that I cover. So you guys know that I do cover true crime obviously on Thursdays, like I just said, and it's something that you guys voted on. I absolutely enjoy doing it because I do love true crime. I do. I think true crime is definitely something that I've always been very passionate about. However, I think I'm more interested in the cases that don't get a lot of coverage, and you guys know that. So I wanted to give you guys some updates, and let's get started. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about a young lady that I covered about I want to say about 3 weeks ago. Her name is Jalissa Fuentes. She's 22 years old, and she had been missing ever since August 7th of 2022. And she was last seen at a AM/PM gas station, and she was seen on surveillance camera. The last time she was heard of is she called her sister around 5:30. She called her sister twice through Facebook, and she was never seen or heard of again. Recently, Jolissa was just found around 4 days ago, and it's very tragic. Unfortunately, what we've been praying for and what we were hoping for did not work out. Obviously, I was praying because she's such a charismatic young lady. She reminds me of myself. There's something when I was doing research about her that I actually never told you guys, even when I covered this case. And when I was doing research, Jolissa was a very, very positive person. You couldn't be negative around her. Like, you could not be negative. And she also didn't drive on the freeway. And I'm very much like that. Like, I don't want people to be negative around me either. You know, if you're having a bad day, you know, you gotta, you know, brush that shit off, because I want positive energy around me. I know everybody has a bad day, but even if you are, I'm gonna do what I can to try to put a smile on your face. So very, very much Jolissa reminds me of myself. And not driving on the freeway, I used to not drive on the freeway. When I first started driving, I didn't drive on the freeway for probably about 3 years, until finally I got tired of going all the way around. And then I started driving on the freeway a little bit, but not a lot. So and I liked that about myself, and I like that about Jolissa. She never drove on the freeway, which is something that's not many people do. Most people do drive on the freeway. But my mom always told me, you know, because I used to tell my mom all the time, may God rest her soul, but I used to tell her all the time, I need to drive on the freeway. It's taking me too long. And my mom always told me, you want to know what? What do you think the freeway is for? People are just free to do whatever the hell they want to do. So that's why I was always afraid. I was afraid of the semi trucks and things like that, and I'm sure that could have been one of her issues, especially driving in California. My big brother lives in California, and when I go visit him and he takes us everywhere and on the freeway, it's just crazy. Like, there's just no way. If I lived in California, I would never drive on the freeway ever. But anyway, so Jalissa was recently found, and I was praying that they were going to find her alive. And we always hope for that, right? We always hope for that. And sometimes things just don't turn out that way. My heart and prayers go out to her family. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of details on the notes that I took about what happened, how Jalissa was found, the condition that her car was in, and I'm going to obviously put a little bit of footage in here of the press conference and let you guys know what her parents said and share all of that with you. But her body was found, Jalissa's body was found at the site of a car crash 2 months after she went missing. And this is just so sad. Unfortunately, the car was found in the wreckage of a car at the bottom of a ravine. So her car was found all the way at the bottom where the lake is. So I don't know if, you know, there are a lot of accidents that happen near that area. I'm not sure. And it also says the officers had to rappel 250 feet down the cliff to reach that scene. So 250 feet down. This is so sad. Heartbreaking. And no foul play is suspected. I do know that Jolissa obviously she smoked marijuana, okay? And when she was at the AM/PM gas station, that's what she was purchasing, like a cigar to put the marijuana in. So she may have been driving, unfortunately, or she may have just been chilling. She may have went somewhere. According to her parents, Jolissa liked to visit that particular lake too. So she could have been driving. It could be anything. I'm sure that it was an accident. Excuse me. I just don't like how quickly the police rule things as an accident. Okay, I just don't. But I'm going to show you guys a little bit of footage of the press conference and what her parents said, which is so heartbreaking.
My sisters and my family was heard around this whole country.
A Valley family in mourning here tonight after a desperate search for their daughter ends with heartbreak. Good evening. Thank you for joining us here at 5 o'clock. I'm Brian Dorman.
And I'm Catherine Herr. After 2 months, the search for 22-year-old Jalissa Fuentes has come to a tragic end.
We learned just hours ago that investigators found her car and her body in a rural part of Fresno County. Jolissa's vehicle went off of the road and down a more than 400-foot cliff. It happened near Pine Flat Lake along Trimmer Springs Road. CBS 47's Esteban Reynoso visited the site of the accident. Esteban joins us now live at the Fresno County Sheriff's Office, downtown Fresno, with what he is learning today. Esteban?
Well, Brian and Catherine, Julissa's family packed into a conference room right here at the Fresno County Sheriff's Office. And of course, it was just a sad day today. And our cameras were the only ones there when her car was retrieved. Now, her body was not in the car that was retrieved earlier. However, this is still very saddening for the family and not the way they wanted to bring Julissa home.
He promised me he was going to find my daughter. He didn't tell me. He couldn't tell me when, but he was going to find her. And he was the one that found her. He was a man of his word. And I thank God he's my hero. He is my hero. You know, and I've known him for a while. But he was persistent, and his persistence paid off. I'm so sorry.
A looming question finally answered after the body of 22-year-old Julissa Fuentes was found and recovered near Pine Flat Lake in Fresno County. Her family spent 65 days without their daughter.
Yep, I've been counting the days every day. I wanted to find her, and I wanted everybody to know that she was missing and that we weren't going to give up until we found her. Exactly what I did. Yeah. We pushed and we pushed and we pushed it till we brought her home.
It was cherished that, you know what I mean, that she was so loved, and a lot of people that didn't even know her.
We went back out to the flat area and were able to locate evidence. Her vehicle went off the side of the road. I think the sheriff said it best, divine intervention.
It was that divine intervention that led Chief Alcaraz to Trimmer Springs Road here north of Pine Flat Lake. It gave him a hunch to search this cliffside again, and right behind me is where they found her. This area was searched once before, but once wasn't enough for Alcaraz. Investigators say Julissa was in a single car crash the same night she went missing on August 7th. Her car and body discovered just recently on Monday afternoon and recovered 24 hours later. Our station was there when the car was finally retrieved.
It was just a perfect storm. Someone couldn't try to hide a car better than that. It's just very unfortunate.
We were pushing. We're going to find her. We're going to find her, and we're going to let the whole world know that our baby was missing.
Now she's home, right?
She's home.
Yeah. Now, investigators believe that Jolissa possibly fell asleep while she was driving, especially at that late morning hour when she was driving around those roads, and they are investigating it as such. Now, we did ask investigators if drugs or alcohol might have played a factor in this crash. They did not answer that question and said that more details will come out as the investigation continues. For now, live in Fresno, Esteban Reynoso, CBS 47 Eyewitness.
Such a tragedy. My heart and prayers are with Jolissa Jalissa's family, and I pray that they find comfort. I pray that they are able to find some kind of peace now that they have finally found Jalissa, and please continue to pray for her family. It's so tragic, and I do believe that, you know, from seeing, you know, the footage of the car and everything like that, it does seem as though it was just a tragic accident and an unfortunate accident. And I'm just glad that now they're able to know that Jolissa is in a better place, and I'm glad that they're able to now find some kind of peace in all of this, which is going to be hard, and I will continue to pray. And like I said, I ask you guys to continue to pray for her family as well. So next we are going to talk about a beautiful young lady who has been missing since August 20th, and her name is Krystal Anderson. Krystal, I covered her case probably a couple weeks ago, and Krystal is a mother of 4, a social media influencer on TikTok, and she does more motivational TikToks, and she talks very openly about DV. And Krystal was in a DV relationship, and she has been very, very vocal about trying to advocate for women who are in DV relationships, and that's something that I think is absolutely amazing. Because she has been missing since August 20th, her parents, her whole family have been relentlessly on Facebook trying to get Krystal's story out there, which is one of the reasons why I chose to cover it. It's starting to get a little bit more coverage, but nowhere near the coverage that she deserves. Absolutely nowhere near it. And recently there has been some updates in Krystal's case that I want to fill you guys in on. We all know, well, like I told you guys in the live stream that I did about Krystal, that she was in an abusive relationship. She lived with her boyfriend, who is 49 years old, and his name is Tony Berry. And recently, about 2 weeks ago, Tony Berry was officially arrested as a suspect in why obviously Krystal is missing. And Krystal is officially he's being charged with Krystal's kidnapping. However, Krystal's family says this is not the end of this. Krystal still is out there. I pray she's out there. She has not been found. So technically he's just being charged for her kidnapping. However, if you guys remember when I covered this story, when I was talking about it, the car, when they went and searched Tony Berry's home, he was pretty much always a suspect. They just finally officially made an arrest. However, when they searched his home, what they found is they ended up finding the Krystal's car. I'm pretty sure it was Krystal's car, and it was burned. Okay? And they found Krystal's cell phone. I want to know what they found in that car. Are they searching this car for forensic evidence? I have a lot of questions. Now, I do know, I give the, police, the detectives, I don't know, I'm pretty sure the FBI is on the case too. I give them a little bit of leeway because I know that there are things that they do not say. They don't say it because they don't want to compromise the integrity of the case. There are things that they don't want to say because it could definitely potentially ruin the case. But they really didn't say much about when they searched the car, what they found besides Krystal's cell phone. They really didn't talk too much about that. So I'm hoping that they do have some type of evidence on him. My prayers are with Krystal and her family, and especially her 4 children, that she literally 4 children that are waiting for her to come home, that are depending on their mother to come home, that are probably wondering where their mother is. The last time they've seen their mother, she was outside of her home arguing with her boyfriend, and mind you, her abusive boyfriend. So I have a lot of questions, and there's a lot of unanswered questions, and when they're are some answers, I will be updating you guys about it. However, I do think that it is a relief, you know, at least for me, and I'm sure it's more of a relief for Krystal's family that he has now been arrested for her kidnapping. He's being charged with her kidnapping. But I do think that, let's just put it like this, you guys. I am a realist, and I don't want to be the one to say this because I don't want to think negative, but the worst times, and I don't know the entire situation, I do know that even when I cover the story, that Krystal definitely was trying to get away from him, was trying to get away from her abusive partner. However, the most dangerous time in a DV relationship is when you leave. That is the most dangerous time. It is the most, it can turn very tragic very, very quickly. And I'm just praying that it didn't. You know, I think we all know in our brain, but we just don't want to say it out loud. You know, he's being charged with her kidnapping. However, where is she? You know, why was, either it was his car or her car, either way the car was burned with her cell phone in the car. So it's definitely not looking good.
Of a Columbia woman who vanished in Aiken County. Peyton Lewis is live in studio tonight with those late-breaking details. Peyton?
JR, law enforcement in Aiken County named a suspect today in the disappearance of Krystal Anderson. As you just mentioned, they've already made an arrest. 30-year-old Krystal Anderson is a mother of 4 living in Wagner with her 49-year-old boyfriend, Tony Berry. Krystal was last seen by her family and friends on August 20th and was reported missing 3 days later. Then her boyfriend was reported missing shortly after. After research and interviews, law enforcement named Berry as a suspect in Krystal's disappearance today. He was arrested earlier tonight. Berry has been charged with 1 count of kidnapping, but Krystal's sister says this isn't the end.
I gotta tell my mom something. I almost wish I didn't even tell her he was captured, because now her question is, where's her baby? Now she keeps asking me where's she at, and I don't know what to tell her.
As the family continues their search, they ask that anyone with tips or information about where Krystal is to come forward and contact law enforcement. And take a good look at this photo behind me here. This is Krystal Anderson. Her family asks that if you see her, to call law enforcement immediately. Reporting live in the studio, Peyton Lewis, News 19 WLTX.
It's unfortunate. I'm praying that she's found. Either way, you know, whether she is no longer here or obviously if she is still here. I'm praying hard for her family, though. I'm praying that she's still here. I'm praying that everything works out and turns out for the best, like I said. But unfortunately, especially, you know, if you look up the statistics with DV relationships, it's just the most dangerous time is leaving. That's why I always say, if you are in any type of DV relationship, whether it's verbal, mental, physical, whatever, please reach out to someone. There are a lot of resources. There are a lot of resources out there that can help you, that can get you in a safe place, because they never end good. They never do. Okay, they never end, you know, in a good way. Yes, statistically, I'm saying a lot of DV relationships, when you are ready to leave, they can end tragically. So please don't let it ever get to that point for you. You deserve so much better. So I'm praying for Krystal, and I'm praying for her family heavily and her children, and I'm praying that she is found safe. And I hope they prosecute him and that he goes away forever, because obviously he's a dangerous man. You know, you put your hands on a woman, you're a dangerous man, in my opinion. So those are the 2 updates that I wanted to update you guys on. I'm not the best with updates, but I'll get better with them. I just wanted to do a video really quickly because I'm not going to be able to do a live stream about it. I try to squeeze it in and I'm never able to because it never happens at the right time. And I usually only go live at night because that's when my kiddos go to sleep. So yes, please comment down below. Let me know what you think about, you know, Jalissa. Do you think it was foul play, or do you think that it was truly an accident like the police officers ruled? And do you think that Krystal is out there somewhere? You know, let me know what you think down in the comments below. But please, please, please make sure you keep it respectful. Just remember that you never know if, you know, Krystal's parents may see this video. You never know if Jalissa's parents may see this video. So please always be respectful, and we keep it classy over here, right? So I love you guys so much. I will see you guys. I'm going to try to edit this video and have it up by Monday morning, and I will see you guys Monday night. You guys have an amazing rest of your day, and stay beautiful. Deuces.